Hey everybody, it's Justin with Epic Game Time, and I'm here bringing you a really awesome red deck wins that I'm sure if you've been following Hour of Devastation's Pro Tour or format in general, you know what this thing is. It's really powerful, and if you are a red deck wins lover, you're going to love this because this bad boy is on top at the moment. Well, let's see why it's on top. So, we have 21 lands, which is just a bunch of mountains, and then what's important is 8 of these bad boys, 8 deserts. First, we have Ramunap Runes. Ramunap Runes is tap for colorless, or you can tap for red. 2 red tap, sack a desert. It deals 2 damage to each opponent. So we have a shock on a land, and we have 4 of them. Then, of course, Sunscorched Desert, which is come into play, deal 1 damage to target player. So it deals damage the second it comes into play, tap for colorless. So we have 8 lands that deal damage that do not come into play tap. So none of our lands come into play tap. Now, the chip damage, you'd say, oh, well, it's just 1 damage. Well, the red deck wins iterations in the last couple formats. The problem was, we could get our opponent to like 2-3, and then they would take the game back from us. Well, now that's a little less probable for them because we have lands that do that can reach over and do the last couple damage. Now let's go ahead and look at the spells. One thing you're going to notice there is supposed to be 4 cartouches of Zeal in here, and I just removed 2 of them. Not a big deal. So as you'll notice, is the cartouche and a lot of other things in this deck actually do the same thing, which is make your opponent's creatures unable to block. And that's a theme throughout this deck, which is really good because it makes more damage get pushed through. So we're running 4 Cartouche Zeals, gives our creatures +1/+1, makes our opponent's creature not be able to block, and it pairs very wonderful with Falcon Wrath Gorger, with our Kari Zevs. It's a really, really, really awesome spell for 1 mana too. Then, of course, we have 4 Falcon Wrath Gorgers. It's a 2/1. The madness thing that it comes with doesn't really matter, but it is just a nice 2/1. With Cartouche Zeal, obviously, 3/2 is nothing to sneeze at, but it's great, so we run 4 of them. We have 2 shocks, and that is just gets creatures out of the way, gets that extra chip damage in, great. 4 Village Messengers, a 1/1 that turns into a 3/2 menace. This thing's awesome. It's a 1/1 with haste, and it's for 1. So on turn 1, we can have this come down. It's just another creature that's hard to block, especially if menace is if it's flipped and it has menace. It comes out early and it's great. And it gives us 8 haste creatures right off the bat. 8 1-cost hate creatures. And here's our other 8, or other 4 rather, which is Bomat Carrier. Now, a lot of people are unsure about Bomat Carrier. It's fine. In this particular iteration of the deck, its ability isn't as relevant. It's helpful and can be very useful, but it just isn't as relevant because it's what we really want it for is just another 1/1 haster. Then, of course, we have Abrade. Abrade is one of those sweet spells Hour of Devastation gave red. 1 in a red instant, Abrade deals 3 damage to target creature, destroy target artifact. Well, that is fantastic for what we want. It is awesome against Mardu Red, it's awesome against aggro, it's awesome against all of those crazy artifact combo decks. This card is a superstar. Now, I'm only running 1 in the main, because I wasn't sure before the Pro Tour exactly what it would look like. And remember, if you're playing online, the online metagame is not the same as the Pro Tours. So make sure you're building your deck, and as I built mine, to shape it around the metagame you're going to play at. If you're building this in real life, and you go to the store, and you're going to your local LGS, and your local LGS is flooded with zombies, and not too many, like, let's say, Teamer Energy, or, like, Blue-Red Control, but it's just a ton of zombies, maybe you want to put a little more Braids in your deck. Maybe you want to put less shocks in your deck. Stuff like that. shape your deck around your meta. So for me, I put 3 of the braids in my sideboard. I do think this deck needs to have 4. How you put the 4 braids is up to you. But, so I put 1 in main, 3 inside. I could totally see running all 4 in main. It's up to you. Alright, next is our Earth Shaker Kenra. This is another thing Hour of Devastation gave us, and another awesome thing at that. So 1 in red for a haste, 2/1. All of a sudden, not bad. But, when it enters play, target creature with power less than or equal to Earthshaker can't block. Another can't block. Now, 2/1's not incredible, but that will catch a lot of creatures early. But the cool thing is it's eternalized. So, if the game goes long, you can bring this bad boy back as a 4/4 haste, and creatures with 4 or less power can't block. That means something. So we're going to run 4 of those. Incendiary Flow, great creature removal, great burn to the face. It's 3 damage. It's our way weaker fire or lightning bolt, but we'll take what we can get. We're running 2 Karizev Skyship Raiders, a 1/3 for 2 First Strike Menace that creates a 2/1 monkey is fabulous. And it's only fabulous because we're running Cartouche of Zeal. So, we can play a 1-drop. We can play 2 1-drops or 2-drop on turn 2. On turn 3, we can play Karizev, play a Cartouche, make sure their creature can't block, swing out. This thing causes so much momentum. We're only running 2. I've seen lists with all 4. I've seen lists with 3. 2 seems fine for me. It's a legendary creature, and getting more than 1 or 2 in your hand is very miserable in my experience. So I'm only running 2. Alright, then we have On-Crop Crasher. Of course, from the last set, it's absolutely fantastic. On-Crop Crasher is a 3/2 haste for 3 with an exert that makes creature can't block. So, really great. Really fits with our theme. Cartouche, Earthshaker, On-Crop, no blocking. Lots of our stuff has Menace, no blocking. You see where we're going with this. Now, we have a bunch of creatures that can't be blocked. So, or rather keep creatures from blocking. There is a subtle difference. So what do? Well, let's buff them. So we're going to run 2 Reckless Bushwhackers. At worst, they're a 2/1 for haste for 3. At best, they're a 2/1 haste for 2 that buffs everything else up by 1 and gives them haste. So, and we have a lot of ways for us to get an early surge. So that's a fantastic creature, really pushes through damage, and can kill our opponent out of nowhere. Of course we're running Collective Defiance. Why wouldn't we? That's our Glorybringer killer. It does a lot of damage to creatures. It's a great 3 damage as well. And I've never really used its top one, which is discard all your cards, draw that many. I don't really use it, but the bottom 2 effects are worth 2 slots in my deck, in my opinion. Then, of course, we have Hazoret the Fervent. Indestructible, 5/4 haste for 4. It's a great top end. We run out of cards quite quickly, so it's almost always active by turn 4 or 5. And then, of course, it's discard a card, deal 2 damage, works wonderful, and gives us that extra reach we want. So, let's look at the sideboard right quick. Pull this over. Okay. Chandra's Defeat, we're running 3 of them. Ha! I love this card. You know how good it feels to hit those Chandras now? Killing Chandra's great. Killing Glorybringers are great. This is just a wonderful card. You'll know exactly when you want to bring it in. It's great against mirror matches. It's great against Teamer aggro. It's great against black-red aggro. So it's got 3 slots in our deck. It's just super. There's so much for it to target. Magma Sprays. Zombies are still a thing, so we still need Magma Sprays in our deck. Of course, the Abrades we talked about. Karizev's expertise is there, because if we are playing against those big energy decks, well, around turn 5 or 6, they can start taking the game over. This helps us swing that momentum for the last couple points of damage back in our favor. So that's when this will come in against your green-red monster decks and against your Teamer aggro decks. that's really where you want to go. Of course, the Coom Firebird, great against control. Absolutely wonderful against control. Mainly because it just comes back. I love cards that have that recursion in your graveyard, because control has so much trouble dealing with it. Plus, it is a flying haste, so that helps too. So we're going to have 2 of them. Then, of course, Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Blue-red control is still a thing that we have to worry about, and it has a notorious problem of not being able to deal with early Planeswalkers, and what better early Planeswalker than Chandra? So throwing her in is absolutely great against all your different kinds of control decks. It's not terrible against zombies. For me, though, I think it's a little too slow. So, really, you want to throw this in against control decks. And then, of course, your Glorybringer. You're going against creatures, and you're bringing Glorybringer in. It's a sweet card. Kind of on the high end for us, but I like them. Alright, that is... I guess it's called Ramunap Red. I'm calling it Runes Red, or Ram Red, whatever. That's the deck. I hope you all liked it. If you liked what you saw, hit follow, of course, for any of my new deck tech. Subscribe, like the video, comment below. Maybe if you have a different build, I'd love to hear it. Alright, guys. My name is Justin for Epic Game Time. You all have been my epic viewer. I hope you all do something epic today. See you later.